Okay, so previous lectures we had discussed about what equilibrium points are and whether a equilibrium point is stable or unstable depending on how the vector field about the equilibrium point essentially looks like. Okay, so here we'll see a idea where you uh, do not have to sketch the vector field, yet would be able to comment on the stability of the equilibrium point. Okay, so the stability definitions that we will see for the for a equilibrium point of a system is also known as stability in the sense of Lyapunov, because the result that we'll be seeing that will help us in establishing whether equilibrium point is stable or not. Whether equilibrium point is stable is also known as Lyapunov's theorem on stability, or Lyapunov's first theorem. Okay, so we all know that if at equilibrium point x dot is 0, so if you start uh, right at the equilibrium point, if the initial condition is the equilibrium point itself, then the solution trajectory or the state x will always remain at the equilibrium point. So the system remains at equilibrium for all time. Okay, but what will happen to this system trajectory if the initial condition is arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point but not the equilibrium point? Okay, the questions that arise are: will it remain arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point or not? Whether it will evolve towards the equilibrium point or not? If it evolves towards the equilibrium point, whether it will reach in finite time, or will it take infinite time to reach the equilibrium point? Or will it altogether move away from the equilibrium point or not? Okay, so these are the main concerns that we have. Why? Because if a system is already at equilibrium point, then because of some external disturbance, it might get perturbed and it can move away from its equilibrium state. Okay, and once it is perturbed and the perturbation is withdrawn, it is better. It is we have to see whether the system has a tendency to completely move away, or it has a tendency to return back, or it has a tendency, I mean, it won't move away or return back, but will try to be within a certain distance from the equilibrium point. Okay, so for this discussion again we'll continue with our autonomous systems given in the form of x dot equal to f of x, where x of t is in Rn, and the equilibrium point that we are considering for our case will be the origin, and whatever discussion we do will be under the as under the consideration that origin is the equilibrium point and we are looking into the stability of the origin. Okay, now these ideas can be extended to any other equilibrium point as well. Okay, you just have to transform the system to uh, you just have to transform the system so that the equilibrium point of the original system is equivalent as the origin for the transform system, and these are basically simple transformations. Okay, so as we proceed you will learn. Now the formal definition for stability of equilibrium point goes as this: the equilibrium point x star equal to 0, which is basically the origin, the equilibrium point origin of the autonomous system that we have just described, is said to be stable if for every finite epsilon greater than 0 there exists a delta greater than 0, and this delta depends on the epsilon, such that if you start in the delta ball around the equilibrium point x star, you end up you will always be in a epsilon ball around the equilibrium point x star. Okay, and the ball that we have defined is if you have a ball with x star as the center and alpha as the radius, then it means that all those x's which are within a distance of less than equal to alpha from x star, and alpha is a finite positive quantity. Okay, so now what does this mean? It means that suppose you have a equilibrium point Suppose origin is the equilibrium point of the autonomous system under consideration. Okay, now suppose someone tells you that, can you tell me where if I start, where if I set my initial conditions for the system, my trajectories will always be confined to a distance of, let's say, 1 from the equilibrium point, which is origin in this particular case. Okay, so the range within which you should start is actually given by delta. Okay, so what is the neighborhood of the equilibrium point in which you should start? The neighborhood being described by this b delta of x star. Okay, it's a delta ball. It is a ball with center at the equilibrium point x star and a radius delta. Okay, we'll call this as delta ball. So what you are being asked, what the other guys, I mean, what the challenger, as I would say, is telling you is, can you give me a delta ball such that if you start inside that delta ball, you will never exceed a certain epsilon ball, and for that epsilon he'll specify a value, let's say 1. So for epsilon equal to 1, can you tell me how close should I be starting to the origin, so that my trajectories will always remain inside the epsilon ball where epsilon is equal to 1. Okay, and let's say you are able to come up with a value of delta so that you can specify the delta ball within which you should initialize your system. That's well and good. Right, now this finding of delta ball corresponding to this one value of epsilon is not good enough to establish stability. The challenge here is, the challenge that the challenger is posing to you is, no matter what epsilon value I give, how small it can be, okay, other than 0, of course, it can be arbitrarily, the epsilon value can be arbitrarily close to 0. No matter how small the epsilon value is, you should be able to come up with a delta ball such that if you start in the delta ball, you will never cross the epsilon ball at any time. Okay, so this is what it means. I'll repeat this. The challenger is challenging you that he will keep on giving you values of epsilon within which the system trajectory should be lying, and I mean system trajectory should be lying around the equilibrium point under consideration. The epsilon poses as the maximum distance at which a system trajectory can lie from the equilibrium point. And so this is the condition. The challenge is, you should be able to find a delta no matter what epsilon is given to you. If you are able to do so, if you are able to find a delta corresponding to any epsilon that is given to you, okay, correct, in fact corresponding to every epsilon given to you, you should be able to find a delta ball. If you can do that, then it means the equilibrium point under consideration is stable. Why? What importance does the statement have? The statement's importance is, if you if you do not start on the equilibrium point but start arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point, because if you start arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point, then you will always remain arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point. Okay, so that is what implies that, I mean, this is what is the understanding of the equilibrium point being stable, and this, the notion of stability is known as stability in the sense of Lyapunov. Okay, so an equilibrium point is stable if all solutions starting at nearby points stay nearby. If this does not happen, then we say that the equilibrium point is unstable. Okay, now the trajectory can remain arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point if you start arbitrarily close. So indicating that the equilibrium point is stable. But will the system be such that its trajectories, if they start arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point or in a neighborhood of equilibrium point, they will have a tendency to actually converge towards the equilibrium point. So the system will have a tendency to go back towards the equilibrium point. Okay. So uh, the question here is answered by a notion of asymptotic stability, wherein it says that you should be able to find a range or find a delta ball, or in which if you start, okay, in which if you start, the trajectories will have a tendency to go towards the equilibrium point as t approaches infinity. Okay, so the equilibrium point origin x star equal to 0, which is the origin, is asymptotically stable. If it is stable, it has to be stable, and on top of it, you should be able to find a delta such that if you start within the delta ball, okay, you should be, if you start inside the delta ball, as t approaches infinity, your trajectory should go towards the equilibrium point, which is origin in our case. Okay, in other words, it is a equilibrium point is asymptotically stable if all solutions starting at nearby points not only stay nearby but also tend towards the equilibrium point as time approaches infinity, or tend towards the equilibrium point asymptotically. Okay. Now the equilibrium point is said to be unstable if it is not stable, and there is no notion of asymptotically unstable. No, anything that is not stable is unstable. If something is stable, we further look into the case whether it is going to be asymptotically stable or not. So here we'll take an example where this equation is representing a simple pendulum. Okay, where x1 dot is equal to x2, x2 dot is equal to minus a sin x1 minus b x2 with a greater than 0 and b being a real number. Now, if you solve for this, the equilibrium point that we get is 0, 0. Okay, so it is vertically down with zero angular velocity, and one is vertically up with zero angular velocity. So that is pi 0. Okay, so these are the two equilibrium. 0, 0 is vertically down at rest, pi 0 is vertically up at rest. Now, when b is equal to 0, that means it is a undamped pendulum. So, what will happen is if you perturb the pendulum to one side and remove the perturbation, you'll see that the pendulum will undergo sustained oscillations. Okay, so in this case, you can easily see that if someone gives you a epsilon ball, let's say that someone tells you that the angle between the angle should vary within a range of minus 10 degrees to plus 10 degrees, with omega being in the range of minus alpha to plus alpha. Okay, so if this is given, then you can easily find out what is the initial condition, so that this can actually happen. Okay, and you can keep on doing this for all possible epsilon values that are actually given to you. Now here, when b is 0, we are talking of an undamped system. So what will happen if you are perturbed from the equilibrium point? If you start arbitrarily close to the equilibrium point, you just keep on oscillating around the equilibrium point with a fixed amplitude. So you will see that there are periodic oscillations, right? And this equilibrium point here is classified as a stable equilibrium point. Okay, now if b is greater than 0, so if b is positive, then it essentially means that it is a damped pendulum that you have. Now, depending on how high the b is, the damping is decided. So with the presence of a positive b, it essentially means that with every swing, it is actually dissipating its energy, and it will slowly come to rest. So it will come to rest at 0, 0. So here the equilibrium point 0, 0 is essentially a asymptotically stable equilibrium point. When b is equal to 0, 0, 0 is a stable equilibrium point. The origin is a stable equilibrium point. Now, if we go to the case when b is greater than or equal to 0 and observe what happens for the other equilibrium point, pi 0, it turns out that the trajectories will not satisfy the epsilon delta condition. Why? You see, if you're at pi 0, then you will not move anywhere and you will stay there. But if you start at any point arbitrarily close to pi 0, the evolution of the angle theta and omega will be such that the theta won't remain arbitrarily close to the angle pi, which means no matter what epsilon ball you specify, you will not be able to stay arbitrarily. If you will, no matter how what epsilon you specify, you will never be able to come up with a delta such that it will be able to stay inside a epsilon ball. So if you start arbitrarily close to this equilibrium point pi 0, you cannot stay arbitrarily close to this equilibrium point pi 0, and hence the equilibrium pi 0, which is basically the pendulum being vertically up and at rest, is a unstable equilibrium point. Okay, now the problem here is that you actually have to look into infinite number of epsilon values and see that for those values, for every value that you get, you have a delta ball, and that's a very cumbersome task to use in order to establish stability. So this is where the Lyapunov theorem on stability comes in, wherein it tries to construct an energy-like function, which basically will depict the energy of the system, and sees that if the energy of the system does not grow as the system's trajectory evolves, then it means the equilibrium point is stable. Okay, and the energy is concerned is essentially developed around the equilibrium point. And if the energy function is such that it shows that it has a tendency to go to zero as the system evolves, and the energy goes to zero asymptotically, then it will indicate that the equilibrium point under consideration, around which this energy function has been built, is such that it will also be asymptotically stable. Okay, so we'll see this definitions formally in the upcoming lecture. We'll now stop here. Thank you.